Today I put these forward controls on my 1998 Honda Magna. Was it worth it? Let's find out. Alright, so this is my 1998 Honda Magna. Honda made the first Magna in the 80s, and it looked a little bit different. It's kind of got that iconic Magna look to it. I'm a little hairy on the timeline, but I think basically they came out with this bike in the 80s. It was like one of the first successful muscle bikes, and there's a lot of bikes that kind of were born because of that. So a very notorious one being the Yamaha VMAX, which kind of decimated the Magna. It was a lot faster, and it was just a lot crazier. So the Magna ended up going out of production for a while, and then they rebooted in the 90s, which is what I have. If you notice, my controls are like in a almost right angle. I mean, my knee is bent almost back a little bit. I mean, it's mid controls essentially. That's the two common control schemes for a cruiser anyway, are mid controls here, or even a little farther back, and then forward controls. So I'm sure you've already read the title of this video, and that's what this is about. So there's a couple companies that make forward controls for these bikes. The one I bought from is Refined Cycles. The forward control kit moves the foot peg 10 inches forward and 1 inch up, which is a lot. I've wanted to put forwards on this bike for a while just because my legs are a little bit longer. I'm about 6'1", so I'm tall enough that my legs feel a little bit weird on this bike. But basically I'm ready to venture out. So I ordered the kit. It's here, I just have to put it on. So really the reason I'm making this video is because in all the Magna forums there's kind of a debate on whether or not you should put forwards on this bike, just because a lot of people say you lose a sense of control because your feet are out forward and you can't kind of weight down on the pegs to get yourself turning a little bit. So I'm doing this so you don't have to. I'm gonna catch you guys in the shop, and I'm gonna put these controls on this bike, and then we'll go for a ride and see if it was worth it. So you can see what the mid controls are pretty well right here. The mid controls do technically give you more control because you can weight the peg that you want to push down that side. But I'm not really liking this cramped position, and I would like to be able to stretch out my leg a little bit. So let's get started with this new kit, see what happens. So this is the package I got from Refined Controls. My favorite part is they packaged everything in this newspaper. Here we go. These are the main brackets that hold the controls. This old rusty bracket has been kind of bothering me for a while, so it's nice to not have to use it anymore. Oh my gosh. That thing was way too hard to get out. It definitely feels weird after being so used to it being the other way. I'm actually super happy with how these look. I do think that at some point I need to take my brake pedal and my shift lever off and polish those up to kind of match. But I'm happy with this. This is cool looking. That feels so weird. Kind of wish that the pedals were still, like this pedal was farther back. It just makes the bike feel different. And I can put my feet up on the pegs like this now. kind of nice. That's so different than what I'm used to. That's weird. So these risers, I've got a set of these risers, but they're for a Honda Shadow from 2002, and they're just almost the exact same part, but they're 2 inches farther out. To put those on, I have to get longer cables. It's kind of annoying, but it's crazy because I feel like my foot isn't trained to hit the brake here, so I have to like retrain my foot where the brake is. Yeah, I still have plenty of control over the bike. Everyone talks about the control with the Ford controls and say you don't really have that much control, but it's the same. I mean, I can move this bike all around. I would say I'm definitely happy with this. I want to see, the one thing I want to see is going fast, because I've heard that if you hit like 70, it tries to tear your feet off of the pegs, which, I mean, it makes sense. I basically have a flat piece of rubber now, just that I'm working against the wind with, so it's actually kind of nice to take my feet down off of up forward like this. Oh, I can't find the pegs. It's so weird. I feel like they're a little higher up now too. I feel like my lean angle is almost better. Gosh, why is everybody going so slow today? I'm trying to test out my new pegs. Why are you going so slow for? It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad. Somebody in a forum was saying that it was really annoying because anytime they hit speed over like 70, it was like just trying to push their feet off the thing, and it wasn't really, I mean, I just hit 95 and it wasn't crazy. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Drop a comment if you've got a Magna. Tell me what you've done to it, or even any old bike. You got an old Sportster, you got an old Shadow, whatever. Just let me know what you've done to it to make it yours. I think that's so interesting. But alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.